I think I went through the exact same journey. I think most people do, honestly. If you look on YouTube or your favorite vlog at any creator at their very first, even just audio, their very first efforts, usually you can see they are not, or hear they are not comfortable. And that's fine.
So what are some of the basics of future pacing, Jason, as we've learned it in the coaching from Eli?
The basics really are just focusing on what you want, which is the exact opposite of what most people do. Most people get stuck about thinking what you don't want. The subconscious doesn't do negatives. So all it hears is, instead of I don't want, it's I want. And all of a sudden you end up with the stuff you didn't want to begin with. So what I've been trying to do, and it's not easy, is even in your speaking, you'll hear people say, oh, no worries. I say it's all good. I got that from someone. So that's the type of thing that we're talking about, where you're focusing on the success. So I don't want to lose 5 pounds. I want to weigh 192 pounds. Those are the subtle differences that we're talking about here.
It's so key, right? And I think it's what it takes an average of six positives to offset a negative. Our natural reptilian or alligator brain, if you will, that goes back in the day, right? It's so keen towards survival, right? And so it's an average of 6 positives offset a negative. And we're always thinking our reactions is towards survival, and which means it naturally goes to what we don't want, right? What we don't want. Well, I don't want that. I don't want that. And you get so focused on what you don't want that it actually tends to pull you in that direction, right? It's sort of like the person who gets up on stage and says, oh, I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to be nervous. I don't want to be nervous, right? They keep focusing on that. And guess what? They get up, and that energy that they're on stage is they're very nervous, right? They're fearful. They're anxious, right? Rather than focusing on what they do want. I do want to deliver, a powerful speech. I do want to deliver a persuasive speech. I do want to make an impact for the audience. I do want to focus on the other person, right? Helping them rather than what my feelings are at this time. I know for me, by the way, Jason, this helped me to get on video more, to start a podcast, to get on my YouTube channel for this very, very thought. And then the thought was this. At first it was, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on video. This is embarrassing. This is not what I like to do. I feel like the imposter syndrome and all this stuff, the lighting's bad, all of the stuff that just kind of floods in, right? And when I first started about that, that's how it really was. And it took a while, and we've deleted those old videos. But what I started to focus on was what I did want, which is something that Russell Brunson talked about. He's amazing. If you haven't heard of Russell Brunson, he's incredible. He founder of ClickFunnels, and wrote a book called Expert Secrets. And he talked about taking the gift you've been given, being a blessing to others, right? Making that an impact for others. And so that became the focus, rather than what I was feeling was more so what gift was I given to communicate and help others, and then focus on just making that for other people, serving other people. And so that shift helped me to, I guess, essentially become more relaxed on video by just shifting that thinking and focusing on that. Any thoughts on that, Jason?
I think I went through the exact same journey. I think most people do, honestly. If you look on YouTube or your favorite vlog at any creator at their very first, even just audio, their very first efforts, usually you can see they are not, or hear they are not comfortable. And that's fine. Some people leave it up because it's like, I still get hits. It doesn't matter. I don't care. But that's the main thing you have to get through your head is, it is what it is. I just go with it. And, this is life. And people actually are enjoying seeing the life versus something that's perfect and completely polished, because now it doesn't feel authentic. In Texas, there's a guy who does video. He went from 0 to hero. And by that, I mean, he went from being brandy new in real estate in a very tough market with a lot of experienced agents to selling over $1 million and getting over $1 million worth of commissions in his first year. And in all honesty, he did it in the last 3 months. And the reason for that is because of his video. And you watch it and he tells you exactly what you need to do. How many people actually do this? Almost no one. But the whole point of it is you listen to him, you watch him, you start to see the nuances, and then you go get his book and he goes, the video really isn't what's important. His best video that he's ever gotten, his partner walks in the middle of the video, unannounced, not mic'd up, totally unscripted. And you see him in the background getting his mic on, and all of a sudden he joins in. That's the type of stuff people want. That's the whole point. You just run with it. It's natural life. People bond with you for that. If it's too polished, now they're watching TV and you're not a real person.